Took me a while to get started. Bear with me, guys. Just bear with me, okay? Let's see. I'm trying to get my YouTube app up and going so I can see what you guys are saying or have said since I've been missing. Let's see. What have I missed? What have I missed? Oh gosh, I missed a lot. Okay. How are you guys? Just gonna go ahead and say that so we can get this started. All right, it looks like we have all the moderators in the chat. Let's see. Okay, I'm not gonna go back and read what y'all have been writing because it'll take me too long to who vented on Twitter tonight? I missed that. Somebody just said, I'm okay, vented a little on Twitter tonight. What did you vent over, Evil? Oh, either way, sorry guys. Hi, how are you? We'll get started and get ready to go. I've apparently missed a lot in the chat. Like I said, bear with me. It's been a crazy, chaotic night. I honestly don't think I was prepared to live stream tonight, but I didn't want to say no because I miss you guys and I totally want to live stream. So, and my hair is kind of bugging me tonight. There we go. Get it out of my face. But anyway, what did I miss? Because I noticed Evil posted in the live chat here that he vented over something, and what did I miss on Twitter? Because I haven't been on Twitter most of tonight, so I probably missed things. Which I probably should go ahead and say this. I've wanted to vent on Twitter now probably for quite some time about several different things, but I have not really had the guts to vent on Twitter because I know I'm going to offend a lot of people when I do it. So be prepared. There's probably a vent coming on Twitter and it's probably going to be pretty bad. I'm probably going to have a lot of people mad at me. But I had a vent the other day. I don't know if any of you guys seen it. Some of you guys in the live chat seen it. I goof off on Twitter. I'm friendly. I hug people on Twitter because that's how I am in real life. And apparently somebody following me decided to post underneath like this feed saying like, you know, you need to repent now. It's one of those deals like you see on TV, like repent now for the kingdom of heaven's at hand type of attitude. And that doesn't, before I get started, religion and religious people do not bother me. Your opinion is your opinion and what you are is what you are, and that doesn't affect me. But in the same token, I do not like people coming, like my social media, my YouTube, my platform is based on everybody should feel safe where I'm at. So wherever you are, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, this is a non-judgy space. This is a space where you can feel free and you should be able to say what you want to as long as you're not trying to offend somebody. You're safe here. So somebody coming onto my social platform and was attacking me and another person who was having a conversation and goofing off and having a good time offended me. So I don't like that stuff. So I would just go ahead and say this. If you're in the live stream, this is a safe spot. And if you're going to mess with that, then you don't need to be here. So with that being said, it's on your Twitter. I guess I'll have to catch it later because I can't leave the live chat. Gosh, another thing is as I can tell spring's getting here because the weather's shifting and the weather shifting. We're having hot, cold weather. So like, you wake up in the morning and it may be like, 40 degrees. And then sometime by the afternoon, it's like, we have spring, let's see, winter, spring, summer, all in one day. And my house, it feels like it's burning up right now. So just bear with me right now. Yes, the moderators, I'll go ahead and say this now. I have a giant bobby pin in my hair. I don't know where that came from. If you're in the chat and somebody kind of shows up and they're they start something, you have the right to kick them out, because like I said, this is a non-judgy space and you have the right to do that. Sorry. I've had a long day. I've been at work quite literally most of the day. I'm tired. Um, there's been a lot of drama going on this week. I think last live stream I told you guys we were supposed to go to court this week. I don't know what really happened or what happened at all, but apparently the court date got postponed again. This will be like the third or fourth time it's been postponed to June. So we get to go more time with no nose floating around. So that's a good thing. Let's see. Oh, to go ahead and let everybody know, I ask you guys this almost every live stream. Apparently, I have found Meat Locker, aka Busy, aka Darkest Side TV. He, a couple days ago, reached out, and he's under another name. I don't know if he wants me telling everybody who he is yet, but as far as I can tell, that he's had a rough patch. He disappeared for a little bit because of it, and he's back. Apparently he doesn't have the passwords to his stuff, so he's literally gonna have to start from scratch, I think is what he was saying, if I understood him correctly. So when he gets up and going and he's ready to start going, and he I will let you guys know what's going on. But I did get a hold of him. He's not dead. He's fine. He's just had a rough spot. A family member passed away, and it's just been really chaotic for him. And so I felt really bad. Like I told myself, I was like to the point, like I looked up you on the internet and I think I found your number, and I was about to call you, and he was laughing at me, you know. So I was like, well, I worry about my bestie. So I found him. So Wendigo, we have found him. He's safe. He's unharmed. Will I do a drinking live stream? No, probably not. Unless it's, we could do a drinking live stream, but I won't be drinking alcohol. Is that okay? You know, we can still have a good time with no alcohol required. But I don't drink alcohol for a lot of personal reasons. The personal reason, and most people believe, oh, when I say I don't drink alcohol, they're like, oh, it must be some type of religious thing. It's not a religious thing. It's a personal thing. I had an alcoholic grandfather who I just grew up with, hearing the stories of how it ruined their family, and how he became violent, and it just tore the family apart. And it bothers me. I guess just hearing those stories, it scared me at a young age to be afraid and be mindful of that. So I don't drink, but we can have shots. Like you guys can have shots of alcohol. I'll have shots of energy drink. How about that? We'll do energy drink. So I'll just get really hyped up and be bouncing off the walls and scare y'all half to death. Fair? Or I can get a non-alcoholic cider or juice, and we can do that. Either way, I think the energy drinks might be a little bit more fun, because I'll get so wired that y'all be like, okay, Lily, it's time to go to bed. It's 1 a.m. So we might be able to do that. Well, that's awesome, being sober 18 years. It takes hey, how are you? Always like seeing Meat Locker did mention that he might stop by the live stream. I think he's working tonight. So if he doesn't stop by, like I'm not gonna be like, oh, so offended by it, because I mean he is working, and you know, I don't want him getting fired. But oh, Leon, you're lucky. Your dog is lucky. I wish I was passed out right now. I'm so tired. I want to sleep, and my energy drink is wearing off, and I'm hot. Everybody in the house got a shower tonight, and I'm like, I need a shower. Oh, it's 8 o'clock. I'm running behind. We'll do it after the show. So, trying to think. This live stream is, like I said, Fridays are usually just let's have some fun. Let's joke. We have spiders. I mean, like, what was one live stream? We talked about parachuting spiders, and I literally was scared to sleep that night because of all the talk of spiders. Maybe shy away from the spider talk. But anyway, how have you guys been this week? I mean, for us, we had tornadoes Wednesday night. And so we've had bad weather, we've had craziness, and of course, with the bad weather, it was Wednesday night we had bad weather, and see, up until Thursday morning, I thought I had court. So, like, I was already nerves shot from the storm, nerves shot from the court date, and then I get up the next morning, and I get this email like, oh my gosh, we didn't get a hold of you in time, but I hope you're not on your way to court. Court has been postponed until June. And I was like sort of a little relieved, because I didn't want to, I was going to have to go to court by myself. Because my sister had to work, my mom had to stay home and be prepared in case the kids got called to court. My aunt had to work. Everybody was working, and I was legitimately going to have to go to court by myself. And that scared me more than having to face no-nos. So, in a way, I was happy that it was postponed, because now everybody can get their ducks in a row and be off, and I won't have to be alone. But in the same token, I also didn't want it postponed because I want this over with and done, because I'm not a mean person, and from what I understand, when we go to court, it's going to turn mean. Like, we're going to get on the stand and we're going to, like, tear into each other. And I, for some reason, am, I guess, a complete idiot. I thought divorce didn't involve court, like going into court and testifying against each other and bashing each other, and so it's like sums up your entire marriage. It goes from like you loved each other and couldn't live without each other to you tolerated each other until now you're gonna like bash each other and say all the things I guess you wanted to say while you were married. I don't know. I think like the moral of the story is either A, don't get married, or B, make sure you know who you're marrying to the point of lie detector test. Let's see. Boggs, hey, how are you? No, we're not talking about how about we just throw no-nos at the weather? Here, tornado, here's your sacrifice. Take no-nos. No spiders, no, just no. No, stop with the spiders. Where's my raid? Dang it, where's my raid? Trying to think. And come to think of it, hold on a second. I'm going to leave the chat for just 1 second. I just realized I don't think I told Meat Locker what time I don't think I told anybody what time the live stream was. All I apparently said was, I may live stream tonight, I may not, who knows? And everybody's like, what time? And I'm like, I forgot to tell you, didn't I? You're supposed to be psychic, you know. Oh, what's okay? I did tell him. Okay. Okay, so he did. Okay, he did message me. He said that he has to work till 10, but he will definitely try to show up. I hope he doesn't think that I'm going to be live streaming till 10. I don't think I have it in me. All right, let me go back to the chat because you guys might be talking about something really interesting that I missed. Nope, just spiders. Dang it. No spiders. Leave the chat. Don't leave the chat, but the spiders need to leave the chat.
You won't?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not talking to myself or anything.
Okay, I'm glad. Night night. Tell Jason hey.
I'm live streaming.
Oh.
Apparently my family is so used to my weirdness that they automatically assume that if I'm in a room, I'm talking to myself. But in all fairness, between the TikToks, YouTube, and live streaming, I kind of am always talking to my phone. But then I tell my children to disconnect from the internet. It's a conundrum. All right, let me get comfortable. Let's see. Boggs, I will agree with you on that one. I believe that the reason why marriages end in divorce is because you can't kill the other person. Or at least not legally. We will go on from that one. Pretend I didn't say anything. Thank you. Please, no spiders. And it's kind of sad because I'm going to be honest with you. Marriages usually end one of two reasons. It's the fighting over money, the differences that both of you might share but cannot express properly, or my personal favorite is your in-laws can't stay out of your marriage. A lot of mine had to deal with my in-laws couldn't stay out of my marriage. That was the beginning of the end of our marriage. And then other things happened and it just escalated. But that's kind of the thing is the reason why I say that I think with marriage, you really need to really get to know the person. And if all else fails, get a lie detector test or do like the Chinese water thing where you like torture them until they tell you the truth. Because that's my biggest thing is marrying a narcissist, sociopath, gaslighter. They're good at what they do. So, I mean, you never really fully are out of the woods with it. So, I mean, I guess I could tell you one or two things. Just don't get married or, what's that? Isn't there like this like drug that you can give somebody that they become so truthful that they just can't help themselves? Good idea. That is the next, if I ever decide to get married again, I'm going to do that to the next person. They can do it to me. I'm all for it. I think that's waterboarding. Yes, that's what it is. I wish there was a marriage jail. There's just some things that you shouldn't do to somebody when you're married, and my ex did all of them, so I'll be good and keep my mouth shut. But anyway, I digress. What shall we do tonight, guys? I really don't feel like reading stories, but I can. So if you have stories that you want me to read, somewhere down here, you can tell me. If you guys just want to have fun, because it's Friday, it's chill. I don't have any alcohol, but I have sweet tea. I'll share. You can have some with me. Anyway. But I don't really care what we do tonight. We can do whatever you guys want to do within reason. Behave. I know where your mind's going. Behave. Sodium penthol. There we go. I'm taking notes. We're gonna the next person that decides they want to marry me. We need to do like this weekend getaway, and I'm going to waterboard them and sodium penthol them. And I'll take some sodium penthol too if they want to, and they can make sure that I'm above board. Because I mean, I'm not gonna sit there and say you have to do it, but I'm totally normal. There's a hair tickling in the back of my arm. I keep thinking it's a spider now because I keep going. Okay, just making sure it wasn't a spider. Because to go with the spider story. The other day, I come home from work, and I was laying on the couch, and I was half asleep, and I felt something tickling my arm, but I figured it was one of my kids being goofy, trying to scare me while I was asleep, and all of a sudden, I hear my daughter, "Whoa!" And I'm like, "What?" And she's like, and I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "There's a spider," and my mom just walks over and just got it and walks off, and I'm just laying there going, and go back to sleep. So my daughter's is now climbed up the back of the couch and is plastered on the wall like Spider Girl. My mom is just like, and takes off with the spider. Everybody's now standing in the room going, and I just go back to sleep because at this point I'm like, the spider is going to attack me. It's going to attack me. And gosh, I hope it wasn't like a poisonous spider. Gonna have to give me some Raid. Hello, Gummy Bear. How are you? What's bad is a lot of you guys have different names on different things. Like you're like, so if I know you from Instagram or Twitter, and your YouTube handle is something different, they're like, hey, you remember me, right? And that's kind of what Meat Locker did to me the other day. I get this message, like somebody followed me, and I was like, oh cool, somebody new, that's awesome. I like meeting new people. And then it was like, hey, DM me now, and I'm like, dude, I don't know who you are. You're somebody new. And so I went ahead and followed them, and they DM'd me, and they're like chatting, like, oh my gosh, I missed you. And I'm like, I feel really bad at this point because this person apparently knows me, and I have no idea who you are. And for some reason, I immediately was like, I wonder if this is Meat Locker. And we kept on chatting, and finally he was like, or he or she, I didn't know at this point, was like, you know who this is, right? And I'm like 90% sure I think I know who this is, but I'm not sure. Who is this? And then he was like, it's Meat Locker. And I was like, that's right. So when y'all change your names on it, like you have like a handle on this and handle on that, and I'm like, I don't know who you are. So I opened my drink and now I can't, there we go, get it closed. All right. I'm not telling you. Maybe. Trying to think. I don't know, guys. I'm actually kind of tired. I should have had an energy drink before I got on here, so my pep could keep going pep, but it's not pepping anymore. It's kind of going. So in a minute, it's gonna go back, and it's gonna be done. Of course, I am laying on a bed, or not laying. I'm sitting on the bed, so at some point I can just start laying back and talk to y'all and live stream sleeping. Carry on, y'all. I don't want to get up and go get an energy drink. That defeats the, well, it doesn't defeat the purpose, but I'm lazy. I don't want to get up. I could yell for one of my kids to go get one, but see, the bad thing is they would probably open it and start drinking it. That would not be good. I want to get to bed sometime before midnight tonight. I don't know. I just recently heard where I work, they are offering a third shift position, and I'm thinking seriously about taking third shift, because I am not a morning person. I'm not, because originally back in the day when I first started working, I worked second and third, and I actually really liked it. I was one of those weird people that could. I worked the second shift job was from 3 in the afternoon to 11 at night. And for me, that was not really that bad at the time. And then, of course, I had more things to do at night. So I was like, I don't really want this job. So I took and had a third shift job, and it was from 11 to 7. And I actually really liked that one because, like, for me, if I didn't have anything to do that night, I would just go to bed, like, at 7 and, like, I would go to sleep whatever I was gonna wear to work, and I'd fall asleep and sleep until right before I had to go because I lived like 10 minutes from my job, and I would get up and just get right out of bed and go to work and work the third shift job, and it was easy and it was fun and it was quiet. And then I would come home at 7 in the morning. If I didn't feel tired, I could, go run errands, go to the mall, just do whatever I wanted to do in the daytime, and just make sure I, slept before work or took a little nap at work. But this day shift job is killing me right now. Like, it wasn't that bad when I was an aide and a sub, but this job here is legitimately killing me. Today, I worked from 8 to 2:30. Something like that. And they're like, oh, it only gets worse as the summer gets here. And I'm like, it gets worse? How much worse could this get? So, I don't know, I've been thinking about taking the third shift job because my kids would be asleep. I would get home just as they're needing to be dropped off at school. So it's kind of something interesting. I'd go drop them off at school, and if I didn't have any errands during that day, I could just power nap I'm kind of more of a power napper than a sleeper, so. Oh, thank you, Leon. I need it. I'm so tired. I'm not going to go get an energy drink. I don't want to get up. You don't understand how lazy I can be or how tired I am. Don't poke me with the stick. Don't poke me. I love third shift. It is quiet. Every job I've had to work third shift, it's quiet, it's peaceful. Most of the time you very rarely see people. And I like that. I don't like working around a lot of people. I don't like having, like from right now, I work with a lot of women, and I have to be pleasant in the morning. And I'm just sitting there holding my drink, and we're all like in a little huddle, because we get in a huddle before we go to work, and we go over what all needs to be done and any complaints or just whatever. And we're all in this little huddle, and I'm over there, and you gotta wear your mask. I got my mask up, and I'm like, just drinking my energy drink or my coffee, and they look over and they're like, how are you doing today? And I'm like, I'm here. Did you sleep good? No. How's the divorce going? I don't want to talk about it. What do you think work's gonna be like? Work. It's gonna be work. It's work. I need to work. I need a job that's less jobby and less worky than this one. And so and what's even worse, they're all pep. And I'm like, don't talk to me, don't look at me, don't breathe on me. Maybe I need a third shift job. Yeah, I need a third shift job. Don't worry, be happy. I could see me in the morning trying to sing that and be like, bah, don't talk to me. What did I do wrong? Why is there a problem? That is true. That is true. If I go to sleep now, I will be up at 1 or 2 in the morning. That's the thing. I'm like, oh, I'll go to bed early tonight. So it's like, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. And I'm like, I'm going to go to sleep right now. I'm up at 2 and then I'm laying there going, you really need to go back to sleep. If I go to sleep now, I got how many more hours of sleep I can get? And I'm just laying there. So yeah, sometimes I think it would be better to fall asleep at 11 or 1, and at least I know I'll sleep. So I think there's a fight just broke out in the other room. I may have to go get an energy drink. How are women so strong? I don't know. I used to wonder that myself, because I used to watch. I've always had really strong women in my life. My aunt's super strong, my grandmother, my mom, just really super strong women in my life. And my dad was the first strong man that I ever met, because there's not a lot of strong men in our family. So when my mom married my dad, he was like one of the first strong men. And so like all these strong women, and like they always made being a woman look easy. Like I'm just like this little rugrat running around, and they're juggling jobs and kids and house and being like, they could be sick and dying, and they'd be like, do you want pancakes for breakfast? And you're like, if you feel like it. And I always wondered, like, how can a mom be that strong? And I still don't know. There's days I muster up stuff, and I'm like, how did I manage that? Because now as a mom, I'm like, y'all want pancakes? And I got like snot pouring out of my face. And I was like, my kids are selfish. They're just like, yeah, Mom, get us some pancakes. I don't care if you're dying. Pancakes, cough them up. So I don't know. I don't know if it's just that the whole human race of women, we're just a bunch of stinking overachievers. Like we have to prove to everyone that we can do it all. And that's why we have so many meltdowns. That is why once a month we literally melt down and turn into a ball of raging hormones. I'm dead. Oh, there goes my dog. Somebody yelled bark down the hall. He literally bounces down the hallway. So I guess that's maybe what it is we hold it all in, and then once a month we just melt and cry and rage. And you know, have you guys seen the TikTok? I don't know if I told you guys this, but the TikToks where it's like a couple and she's like laying on the bed and she has like the blanket over her head and you can't see her, and the boyfriend walks in, her husband, and he's got like an armful of stuff, and he like tosses like gummy worms down and soda, chips, candy, and outside of her blanket she has like a octopus, and it's like a little frowny face, and it's like sad but mad and everything, and he keeps throwing stuff down at the bed, and she snatches it under the blanket, and when it gets to the point, I guess, that she's satisfied, she reaches her hand out and turns the octopus around to a smiley face. And that would be the best item to invest in for a relationship for both him and her. It's like his and her octopus, octopi, whatever. Because I mean, like, if you're arguing and you're in a bad mood, you can just turn your little octopus around to the frown face and just look at him like, how are you, hon? And then when you finally feel happy, turn around and look at him and go. So that would probably be the best argument changer in the world, is the little octopus. I found a tie-dye one on YouTube or eBay I want really bad now. Yes, midnight, no go-go juice. Because if I drink go-go juice now, I'll be go-going at 3 in the morning, so. Yes, I need to go hug that Floof because it's driving me. He is in a barking mood. Like, I'm not joking. It was it today or yesterday? It was one of the days, and my nerves were already like heightened. Like my nerves were so bad that I felt like I was like vibrating. And I was sitting there and I was trying to relax and stay calm. And all of a sudden my dog out of nowhere was like, "Rah!" And I was like, I jumped so bad that my drink went flying. And I was just sitting there going. So apparently my dog's needing a hug or something because he's dying. I don't know. Or he's going to die. Cephalopod. That sounds better. Don't say that's a window. So if something starts moving, I mean somebody's breaking in, and more than likely it's no-nos. Gonna do what every red-blooded American does. Get my gun. What you eating, Evil? We had leftovers tonight. I didn't feel like cooking. I was tired. I was too lazy to go pick up anything. So we had leftovers. Which is not bad or nothing. I mean, it could be worse. I think Voldemort no-nos would be more bothersome than a spider. I would take 50 spiders over him. Oh, it's another TikTok. It was, I need to do this TikTok. I really want to do. It's like, you have 30 seconds to either take back your ex or die. And it goes, oh, look, 9 more seconds to live. And that was like explained to me very well. I was like, yep. I would rather die than take my ex back. That sounds really good. Bleh. How dare you have bacon cheeseburgers and not drive from Texas to here and give me the cheeseburger. Bleh. Let's see, the 5th Harry Potter book. God, which one is that? You have to tell me the name, because numbers, I mean, yeah, it's not going to help me on any. I'm not that bright. Bleh. Next time. Bleh. Does not help me now. Bleh. Which, by the way, when I say bad, it's like a running joke that I have on TikTok. That I just something I do that people will that like it, and so I keep doing it. It's kind of something I do when I'm angry or mad. Instead of getting all grumpy and complaining, I'll just go bleh at you. I think it's an alternative to me being a raging ball of nerves and hormones. What happened? Oh, okay. Why are you stuck at home for 2 weeks, Wendigo? hearing something from that window. Thanks, Boggs. It's freaking me out to know. Anyway, guys, what do you want to talk about? Because I'm gonna prop myself up on my drink. That's about the only way I'm gonna make it tonight. Oh no, somebody got caught COVID. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, this COVID stuff, I'm over it. Speaking of which, there's something I have to ask you guys. How are you guys doing with your income taxes / stimulus check? I'm still waiting on mine. You hear me, IRS? I'm waiting. Everybody's like talking about, oh, I think I'm gonna get my stimulus check tomorrow. I've got a date. I'm like, I don't have nothing other than error and you might get your money. I didn't think about that. Good one, Midnight. I didn't think about that. Say, haha, in your face, Boggs. There's a vent underneath my window and it's probably blowing it. So this is why my niece is awesome. I take flag over no-nos. This is true. I don't know when I'm going to get mine. I think my mom's supposed to get one the beginning of next month, I think is what they said to her. I'm afraid because, see, last year when I filed taxes, me and no-nos were married and filed taxes together. Me and no-nos this year filed taxes separately. So they probably just confused the heck out of the IRS. They're like, where do we send the money? I don't care as long as no-nos don't get my money. No-nos gets my money. He's really going to have no-nos. Yeah, if you can follow that one. Yep, there's nothing there. They would have said, ow, that was a pretty heavy water bottle. Alright, so that now that we've covered that there's no bit behind curtain number 1, we'll digress. Could you imagine the IRS would be like the crap version of Santa? You get a stimulus check and you get a stimulus check. You have been a bad boy, you get crap. Here you go, crap. Sorry, my phone froze, so I'm like, yeah. I'm like hearing a bunch of noises. I think it's my children playing a joke on me. Oh, sorry, my leg hurts. Like I said, I worked today. Like I worked today, and I'm tired. But I didn't want to not live stream. Because like I said, I miss you guys. And Friday night's the fun one. For me, this is fun because we can just sit and chat. And there's no expectation. Whatever happens, happens. Whereas Monday more has an expectation. Like it's the... Sorry, somebody was singing and I was like... It's not creepy, whatever, hearing little girls singing in the background. I hope nobody pulls my leg. Something pulls my leg and y'all are on your own. I'm going to leave you in this live stream and I'm gone. I can never figure out. There we go. Got it. It's funny. I'm looking at the live stream. I'm seeing the live stream on this camera, and it shows like a whole bunch more. And I go to this camera, and it's not as much as on here. So it's kind of weird. I look better on that camera than I do this camera. Anyway, I'm running out of things to say. So, if we run out of things to say, I have Legos. Do you want to build something with me? Hey, it's a legitimate question. Keeps you out of trouble. We got tons of them. Oh, come on. You know you want to build some Legos with me. Actually, I'm going to be honest with you. Building Legos is actually kind of fun. I didn't think it would be. Because, you know, growing up as a girl, because I'm a girl. Anyway, you play with all that girly stuff, you know, the Barbies and all that stuff. And I didn't have any brothers. So I didn't get to play with any of the cool stuff. And I grew up with my cousin, who I enjoyed because I'd be like, can I play with your G.I. Joe? Can I play with this? Can I play with that? And he'd be like, no. I'm like, he's like, you're a girl. And so I would steal like his, let's see, the first time we played with a Nerf gun, I shot him in the eyeball. So I miss boy toys, to be honest with you. They're so much more fun than girl toys. Girl toys are just so boring. The only thing I say about girl toys is you can pretend to be somebody else. Because Barbie can be anything. So it kind of teaches you that growing up, that as a woman you can be anything you want to be. Only it's not as much fun when you're an adult, when you realize that anything you want to be, you have to go to college for. So if I want to be a teacher today, you got to go to school for 4 years. I want to be a doctor tomorrow. You got to go to school for 8 years. So, I mean, it kind of takes the purpose out of Barbie. Barbie's a liar. I was supposed to have an older brother and a younger brother, but it just didn't work out that way. So I would legitimately been the second born and the middle child, which it kind of shows in my personality now that I was going to be the middle child, because I definitely am a middle child. But anyway, I kind of feel bad for my cousin, because I was kind of weird growing up. I was a girl. I liked to be girly and play with girly toys and, you know, do stuff with my hair and fingernails. But I also liked playing in the mud, and I loved pretending, and I loved being a soldier and playing with boy stuff. So when I had my son, I was like, oh, yes, yeah. So I love sitting on the floor with him and playing Legos, which is what we did today. I got off of work and, well, not today, it was yesterday. I got off of work and we sat down, we built, and he is so smart and so good. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't end up being an architect growing up, because he's just smart. Let's see. How are you doing? Do I get to tell them who you are, Meat Locker, under your new name, or is that something you want to tell them, or should I wait? You know, it'd be nice if they would have made like Soldier Barbie, or, you know, just something else. I mean, I don't know. Barbie could be everything she wanted to be as long as it was a girl. We were just talking about you earlier today. I was telling everybody, because like every time I have a live stream, I'm like, I think I wonder where he's at. I hope he's okay. And so I'll let you tell them who you are in the chat, because everybody was asking who you were, and I was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to tell yet. Are we supposed to wait? Is it a surprise? I don't know. How do you know you're right when to go? I could be talking to somebody else that you missed further up in the chat. You never know. Yeah. And for some reason my chat is showing up off. What's going on here takes about 2 minutes to show up here. Bleh. Stupid internet. Is anybody else's internet wigging out? Because I noticed everybody in this area right now, their cell phone service is messed up. Instagram was messed up today. I couldn't even make a phone call today. So, night, Leon. I hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing good. I was reading something else. I hope you have a good night. I'm glad you stopped by. Well, dang it, my internet's not. Shame on you. We have really missed you, Mr. Macabre. We have missed you. You've been greatly missed. You were missed so much that I was trying to look up your name, like your real name, on the internet, see if I could find your phone number. That's how much you were missed. We missed you. Like at some point I was thinking maybe we could get like the National Guard in to try to find you. Then I was debating on driving all the way to where you live to find you. And then I thought that might be kind of weird if I just show up in your town and just start driving around trying to find you. That might be kind of stalkerish. Just forget I said anything. Just kind of slink away. Yes, Wendigo was trying to find you too, Mr. Macabre. Or we call you M&M now. Steph ML. MM. M&M. Just gonna stop now. Yourself I pouts now because something's wrong with spines. I don't know. Stalk you. Could you just imagine that? Drive, let's see, I think from here to Texas is what, 11 hours? Could you imagine driving for 11 hours and just showing up and just sitting in your town and be like, okay, I think I remember where he said he works. Let's just sit out in the parking lot. And see, we know what each other looks like, and all of a sudden you pull up to your job and you look over and you're like, and I'm just like, it would be hilarious. I would have to vlog it just because it would be just crazy weird. Of course, I just realized also Evil is in the same state. And if I'm not mistaken, your towns are kind of close. So what I could do is just swing by and grab Evil, and then we could swing by and we both could stalk you. But if I drive 11 hours, I'm not going to just stalk you. We're going to hit like a road trip, and we're going to go find a haunted place, and we're going to do it. Back to what I was saying. That would be me. I'm behind a bush. I don't think he can see me. Yeah, he's looking right at you. No, he's not. Not looking at me at all. He doesn't even know I'm here. I'm invisible. I've actually never stalked anybody, but I for some reason, apparently women have like FBI skills. I've noticed that. If you want to know something about somebody, a woman will find it out. And let me tell you guys something, because there's I think almost everybody in the chat is a guy except for Midnight is a girl. And she can probably relate to this. One, if your girlfriend, friend, sister, wife, whatever, asks you a specific question, they probably already know the answer, and you better not lie. Just gonna go ahead and tell you that. Because we know. We have spider senses that tingle. We may not tell you that we've caught you, but we know. We always know. We're better than the FBI. Actually, every FBI agent should be a woman who has been hurt by their ex. They will be able to find everything out that you know in 4.5 seconds. Because we crazy like that. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that. We crazy like that. So, and I'm going to be honest with you, straight up. Something you guys may or may not know about women. If we're dating you, we probably know more about you than you do. Because like we're watching. So like if you're talking to another girl on the internet, we're literally over there. Did you see what she said? Oh, what did he say? We know. Okay, we know. And we have a tendency to get upset over the slightest things. She flirted with him. What did he say? Well, that looks a little iffy. Hold on, hold it. Should I go psycho in 2.3 seconds or should I chill? Sits back quietly. Screw it, we're gonna go crazy now. So I'm just gonna let you guys know that. We are better than any FBI agent. And I'm gonna be honest with you, some of us women have like spider senses. And I'm not meaning for spiders. I mean, like, we have these special tingly senses. We know when something's wrong. I don't care how many times you try to say that you're fine, we know. And another clue I'm gonna let you know on, if your girlfriend or wife says she's fine or okay, like literally if she texts you the word okay or K, she's not okay, and you probably need to start saying, I love you, and all that stuff, okay? I'm just gonna let you know that. I learned this well from friends, and I didn't understand until one day I realized that I do it too. I didn't even know I did it. I did it. So, just gonna let you guys heads up. I don't know how to describe myself. I'm probably not the quiet one, but one thing you guys don't know about me, unless you personally know me, I don't like to talk a whole lot. I think a lot of times I talk just because I don't like silence, or I feel like the other person's wanting me to talk. You know it's bad when your attorney, who only knows you for the case, looks over and goes, no, when you get up on the stand, silence is okay. You don't have to talk. And I went, I get nervous. I know you do. And I'm like, he's like, you nervous. Shh. So that's me. I don't really like to talk a whole lot. I'm more one of the, I would more like to sit and listen to people and just kind of add my 2 cents in from time to time. But unfortunately, a lot of times I do get nervous with silence, or I feel like the other person is wanting me to talk, so I will talk too much. Which is kind of what I do with my live streams, is I talk too much because, well, there's nobody else. I mean, you're not going to show up to a live stream just see me going, just reading the chat. Yeah. I mean, you're not going to show up to a live stream for that, so maybe you would. I don't know. That would take some dedication to show up to that live stream. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that is why a lot of times women say fine. Fine is, I'm gonna be honest with you, no, it doesn't, you don't have to be a woman. Usually when somebody says it's fine, you don't have to be a woman to realize that when somebody says it's fine, they're saying it's fine in the sense of, I just don't want to talk about it. And I've learned that with, and it's not just a woman thing. Anybody that says that they're fine is probably not fine with whatever's going on. They just are saying that because they don't want to start an argument, or they don't want to talk about it. Okay has multiple meanings, unfortunately. Okay is like, hey, no, really, I'm okay with that. It just really depends on the situation. Like, usually if I say that I'm okay and spell out O-K-A-Y, I'm probably okay with it. I'm literally okay. But if I come up, like if I write like okay or just K, okay, I'm gonna tell you, I don't care who you're talking to, if they write the word just K, they either A, don't give a crap about what you're saying and they're rude, and they're one of those people that you can send a whole paragraph text and they send K back, they don't want to talk to you no more. Or in a woman's case, when she sends K, it's usually, yeah, she's not okay. Mm-mm. What? Okay, just go watch TV. It's all right. She's probably watching the stream. Okay, tell her I'm gonna get her, okay? Shut the door. Shut the door. Sorry, let's look at our little mowers. Shut the door all the way. Yeah, there you go. Till it clicks. It didn't click. Anyway, yeah, yeah. K, multiple meanings. Yep. Midnight, that would be me. I like to plot things, and I'm one of those. Okay, I'm an overthinker. I will probably overthink something, and there's nothing going on. Like, for example, up until my ex, Okay, let me put it this way. Up until my ex. After my ex, it's different. But up until my ex, I would look over at, like, say, for example, I would be dating a guy and he would get quiet and I would just be like, and go on about it. It didn't bother me. After my ex, now if I'm talking to somebody or a guy and he disappears and I'm just like, I'll start like plotting what I'm going to say when like I start talking to somebody and I'm like, this is what I'm going to say. This is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to fly off the handle. Just, whoo. And then they come back and I'm like, hi. I done forgot what I was going to say. Well, crap. So me plotting, and nothing's ever going to happen. Was it 1, 2, 3, or 4? Yes, Macabre, yes. I'm going to be honest with you. If a woman in the middle of the argument, or if it's not even an argument, say for example, if she, hey babe, I'm going to go out hunting with the guys. Okay. Are you okay with it? Do what you want. You might not want to do what you want, okay? Because women do not know how to tell you, don't do it. Because we don't want to tell you what to do. We don't want to be clingy or pushy or rude. So we kind of give that feeling of, you just do what you want, baby. I love you. And if you do it, you might be the one getting hunted when you come back. And not in a good way. Let's see. I'm gonna be honest with you. Girls are complicated and not complicated. To be honest. Depends on the girl, okay? I mean, you got the psychos out there that, I mean, yeah, you ain't gonna ever figure them out. But most girls, I can't speak for every girl, but like, most girls, how do I put this? We're simple creatures in the sense, well, some of us, not all of us are, but like me, like for example, I guess I can speak for people like, girls like me. We're pretty simple. I can, as quick as I get mad about something, I'll be over it. Unless it's something bad. I mean, there's like rules to dating and friendship that you just don't do to somebody. And that might be because like for me, I've had terrible friendships and terrible ex. So like for me, like there's like the commandments of being a boyfriend or a husband. I mean, you don't cheat, you don't lie, and you don't hit me. So, I mean, those are like the 3 things that you do those, and I'll probably be like, and out the door. And as a friend, you don't lie, you don't hurt me, and I don't lie and hurt you, and that's kind of the friendship thing. But, I don't, like, for me, I guess I'm pretty simple. As quickly as I get mad about something, I'm probably gonna fizzle out. I mean, I'm like, it's Angry Birds, the bomb. He'll be sitting there all of a sudden, he goes, and he pops. That's kind of like how I am. I'll be like calm, be like, and I'm okay. I'm like over, like, what was I mad about? I don't remember what I was mad about. What were we talking about? I done forgot. So I'm over it pretty quick. I've got an explosive personality. I pop off, and then I'm just like, you love me? You love me? I love you. So, I mean, most normal girls, whatever they're mad, half the time I don't even think we know what we're completely mad about. And sometimes we might be mad about something that you didn't even do, but you might have just been in that vicinity. Like, for example, if a girl flirts with you and you just talk to her, you're not flirting back, we'll probably get mad over it. We're not really mad at you, we're mad at her. We might be a little mad at you because you talked to her back, but you know. And same with guys. I mean, I hate to say if you're in a relationship with a girl and he flirts with you and she's like all friendly about it, you'd get mad too. And me, I get overly mad about stuff because, like I said, my ex kind of did that kind of crap to me. So, hi Todd, how are you? We're in the weird portion of the live stream where I'm just weird. Let's see, squirrel. Yes, and women are like that too. We get distracted very easily. So, I mean, you could be like, she could be mad, and you could be like, her favorite drink, and she'd be like, what was I mad about? So most girls are pretty easy. It's simple, yeah, like what Todd's simple but complicated. We're simple. And I think the biggest thing with most women is if they've already explained to you something and you've forgotten already, that's probably why you're in trouble. So if she's like, for me, one of my biggest pet peeves is my ex used to use the silent treatment as a punishment. I don't like people not talking to me and ignoring me. In the sense of, like, for example, if you're my husband or my spouse or my boyfriend, you ignoring me intentionally it bothers me. So he would use that as a punishment. Like, you did something wrong, that would be your first punishment. Depends on the level of what you did. The first punishment would be ignoring you. So he would be on his phone and he would just completely ignore me, or he wouldn't come home, or just blah, blah, blah. And so now if anybody, a friend, my kids, anybody ignores me, I immediately, my brain goes off of, what did I do wrong? What did I do? What were they mad about? And it made me nothing. But see, I just don't like that. I don't like for somebody to just ignore me. So it bothers me. So if I was dating somebody, I don't care how angry I am, don't ignore me. Because I that's like, it's like the worst punishment imaginable for me. I'm not that bad evil. Yes, that's probably what I should say. As I'm explosive, and butt spiders come out. Freebird! I don't know if I would want to play with somebody's butt spiders. I mean, it did come from their butt. Gross. But anyway, it's like what Todd said. It's basically, it's simple yet complicated. And truth be told, half the time girls don't even know. They don't know. No explanation. We're just strange, complicated creatures with a little dash of psycho in us all. I'm trying to think. My brain. Tacos! That made me think of Gurr from Invader Zim. I don't know if you guys grew up with that when I was younger. On Nickelodeon, they had Invader Zim. I love Invader Zim, and actually, I'm a cross between Invader Zim and Gurr. I'm crazy and weird, and where's my taco? I love you, cupcake. I love you. Let's see, spaghetti. Wendigo, that's actually a normal response. A lot of people are like that. When they get hurt, they shut off and just want to be left alone. I used to be like that. Living with my ex, I literally would just shut off. Like, my emotions would shut off. And the best way to describe it is when my dad passed away, I just shut off. I had a car accident. I just shut off. But now that I'm working through a lot of my issues over the reason why I did stuff like that, I'm not completely different now. I kind of go, poof, and I'm okay. So I like the fact, because, you know, after 11 years of not having emotions and just kind of doing what I was told and so forth and so on, now being able to have emotions, I am like all over the place. I'm like, so that explains me a lot. Yep. Said in a girl voice, tacos, spaghetti. Oh gosh, Gallows, I'm gonna be honest with you. Girls, some girls have issues. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm gonna be honest with you. There's just some things. I mean, you have to realize that guys have other things to think about, so they can't remember every one of your work friends or the names of every guy you dated or every dog you've ever loved in your life and they died. And to a certain extent, I mean, I don't even expect you to remember dates, like anniversary dates, or even birth dates. Like, for example, my ex knew my birthday was August. It was somewhere between the 12th and the 22nd. So what he would do is just kind of have happy birthday, and I'd be like, it's not for a couple more days. I know, and then he would go into that type of thing. So I don't expect guys to really remember a lot of stuff. The only one thing is if something really bothers me, like something really bothers me, and I've mentioned it, and they forget that does bother me, not into anger, but just maybe kind of hurt. Like, hey, I said something that bothered me, and you kind of forgot that. That kind of bothers me, but I'm not angry about it. And to be honest with you, I knew it. I would forget my own anniversary date. I'm just gonna be honest with you. At some point, my ex would be like, "It's April," and I'd go, "Uh-huh. What's in April? You forgot? No, I didn't. I didn't forget anything. Oh yeah, your grandmother's birthday's in April. Uh-huh. And your sister's? Uh-huh. And your aunts? Uh-huh. Our anniversary. Oh yeah, I was fixing to say that. So actually, at some point, I became the guy of the relationship. I couldn't remember dates for crap, and he did. So, let's see. Doom, doom, de doom, doom, de doomy, 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 doom. I'm sorry, I'm behind on the chat. You guys are gonna have to wait a second so I can catch up. Somebody touching my spaghetti. It's true. I mean, I think as a girl, you have to realize guys forget things very quickly. So to get angry over stupid stuff like, what's my favorite color? And he's like, and she's like, it's green. Yeah, I was gonna say that, and then she's mad. I don't understand stuff like. I think the only time you should resort to getting mad is if it's something really, really important. Other than that, I mean, you can't expect. I can't even remember stuff like. There's probably been times like I've dating and being married that somebody has said something like their favorite color or number or favorite video game, and later I was like. So I mean, I think. People need to be a little bit more understanding about that. Behave, macabre. Somebody touching my butt. Hey, no touching butts in the chat. I know Midnight. I seen on Facebook that they're celebrating their anniversary. At least they didn't go to Chick-fil-A. I might have been a little mad on that one. Let's see. Remembering your spouse's birthday, I don't know. I got used to my birthday not being remembered with my spouse, that somehow he just knew it was in August. I guess I was just happy that he remembered roughly when my birthday was. So after a while, I just didn't care. It hurt, but, macabre, don't you do that. Don't be putting them dollar bills in there. Stop that. Oh, let's see. There's another. Stop with the dollar bills. Quit that. Monday night, Todd, some issues popped up about with a court date this week, and I was a mess. I was legitly a mess. My nerves were all over the place, and I knew if I tried to sit down and write to read stories, that it just wasn't going to happen. So I didn't try it, and I didn't want to just live stream and just be talking to you guys because I knew that I would be upset and worked up. So I just kind of skipped Monday, but I'm going to try to do this. Now, I will go ahead and tell you guys this. If nothing happens, in about a week, I'm going to be going to Florida. Just going to go ahead and say that. I'm going to be going to Florida. I am going to try to live stream. I don't necessarily know if they're going to be live streams like me reading scary stories. That would be really cool. Do you read scary stories on the beach with y'all? And you never know with me, I might do that. But it's also a family thing. So I mean, I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time doing serious stuff like that. So gonna be some vlogs, some TikToks, some live streaming. I wouldn't mind doing a quickie live stream at the beach. That'd be kind of cool. So not next week, but the following week, scheduling uploads might be kind of wonky. So the next 2 weeks, we're going to stick to our Monday, Friday schedule. And then after that, we shall flex our muscles and start getting back into this thingy. So, yes. Yes, Macabre, I will accept your 99-cent wiener. Oh my god. I know I can, Evil. I know I can. And more likely I will probably. Well, yeah, I'll be, yeah. Oh, I could do that. I could go live while you guys are crab hunting. That would be a sight. Because the last time, last year when we went to the beach, I took my kids crab hunting. And, we got these little lanterns were out there, and I got my flashlight, and I'm trying to find a crab. And we find the little ones. They're like, going from side to side, and we're catching them. And my kids are laughing because I'm like, I take my finger down, and I'll pinch my finger, and I'll put it in the bucket, and they're like, oh. And my son, he grabs the bucket, and he sticks his face in it, and he's like, he comes up, and there's like a crab on his nose. He's like, ah! So, I pick it off, put it back in, and we're going back. I'm like, we always see the little ones, but we never see the big ones. And about that time, something starts moving in the sand, and we're like away from the ocean. Something starts moving in the sand, and I stop, and I'm like, and all of a sudden it just pops up out of the sand, and it's staring at us, and we're staring at it, we're staring. And my son's like, catch it. And I'm like, mm-mm. He's like, catch it. I'm like, mm-mm. All of a sudden it just kind of puts his little crabs up and walks sideways and out of the frame. And I'm like, we're literally, as our eyes are just watching it. And my son's like, catch it. I'm like, uh-uh. He's like, you said that not to be scared of crabs. I'm like, yeah, the little ones. That's a big one. Mm-mm. My son's like chasing it. And the little thing's just running off. And my son's like, come back here, crab. So I can see live streaming while y'all are crab hunting. It will be eventful. It will be eventful. That's all I can say at this point. Yes, Evil, I did say quickie, and I meant it to stop. I am going to spill it. Stay. Prop my hand back on it so it don't go nowhere. That make you squeak. I can just don't start the asthma laugh again, man. You freaked the dog out the other night. You're like, the dog was like horribly. That poor dog. I wish y'all could have seen it. It was me and my nieces, and I'm cooking dinner, and they're in there helping me. And we're just laughing and carrying on, and I'm laughing, and she's having an asthma attack, and my other niece is over there just laughing, and the dog is hiding under a chair like, we legitimately scared that dog into almost dying. He almost died. So, I know you had to mess with me. Oh, that's what the squeak is? Okay. I call it the asthma attack. But it's better than, like, my snort. Because if I get to really going with a laugh, I'm like I don't know, it probably don't sound exactly like that. But, I start just going at it. So I try my best to hold back my real laughter. Because I have, like, the three laughs. It is the laugh. That's fun. Then there's the laugh snort. And then there's my personal where I literally sound like I can't breathe. I'm like, and I'm just gasping for air. So, you never know. I think there's a party going on next door. Like, it's like shouting the house down over there. Curse you for having fun without me. What was I going to say? I was going to say something and I forgot what I was going to say. Somebody keeps messaging me on Twitter. Stop that. I am live streaming. If you want to talk to me, join the live stream. And I don't know why I'm yelling at my phone. Oh, that makes me think of the sneeze. I also have 2 sneezes. One is the like I don't know how it is. I'm trying to remember. It's something like "Achoo!" and everybody's like, "Oh, it's so cute." And then there's the man one, the one where your allergies are revved up and you're like "Achoo!" and people are like, I think a demon just came out of her. And so at work, like in just normal season, I'm like "Achoo!" and they're like, "Oh, here's a tissue." And then today my allergies was killing me, and I was by myself working, and I was like, "Two," and you know it's bad. When apparently there was a passerby walking past the where I was at, and his head popped in. He's like, "You okay?" And I'm like, "Yes." And later that day, I went downstairs and I was getting some stuff to restock, and I'm like, "Two," and my boss, she's an Indian, and she stops and she goes, "You okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I just sneezed." And she's like, oh. And I'm like, "It's just a sneeze, lady. Calm down." 10 minutes later, "Two." And the girl, another woman I work with, she's like, walks on, and I'm like, "Okay, from now on, I'm holding my breath, and my brain's gonna explode when I sneeze. I'm gonna be like sneezing from now on." Let's see. I lost the live chat. Hold on. Let's see. Oh wait, I missed something. What did I say in the live stream? It's Evil, you're saying I've seen your backyard. It's big enough for a concert. We should have one. Could you imagine that? Telling, we could do it. Well, I can't live stream that on YouTube because I get flagged. I was about to say we could have a movie night, and then I went, can't live stream that. I'll get in trouble. Ooh, we could do a bonfire. Oh my gosh, my sneezes are, it's horrible. It's horrible. And forgive my weird attitude tonight. Before I live stream, I was sitting on the couch and I was watching, some of you may remember, it's an old YouTuber, it's Filthy Frank. And I was sitting down watching old Filthy Frank videos before they possibly get deleted from YouTube, because apparently, okay, most of you know this, Joji used to be Filthy Frank. And so it's hard to believe this. How did Joji, his name's George Miller in real life, how did George Miller go from Filthy Frank, 1,000 faces, expressions, hilarious, slightly weird, to Joji, just sullen and sad and crooning? I'm like, can you find a happy medium here? Happy medium? You don't have to be Filthy Frank, but don't know if I can handle the depression mode either. Find happy medium. But anyway, I was watching Filthy Frank, and I don't know. After I watch him, I'm kind of weirder. Emphasis on the part. Stream the Emoji Movie. I actually own that movie. But wouldn't I get flagged for it though? Like if I live stream the Emoji Movie, wouldn't YouTube be like, and like get me? I sort of sound like a howler monkey on that one, but anyway. Keep going. No, I actually don't. I mean, no. Joji and Filthy Frank are two different entities. And to be honest with you, I mean, to me, and this is the best way I can explain it, George Miller is Filthy Frank and Joji. George Miller, I think, is the real person. I think Joji is like a character he's playing, in my opinion, to a certain extent. Because how do you go from Filthy Frank, just expressions and funny? I mean, it takes, I'm sorry, I don't care what you say, comedy does take a certain amount of work and expression. How do you go from writing all this satire to nothing going on? I mean, sometimes you look at Joji and it's like I want to hug him because I kind of feel bad for him. So I don't know. I wish he'd find his happy medium, because he needs a friend. He needs a friend that's gonna be there through thick and thin with him and be like, dude, fist bump. We got this. We gonna do it. Let's go. So I mean, he needs one of those buds. Joji is a true artist. I mean, it takes talent to come up with all, like, he come up with a whole lore of, I mean, it's not just Filthy Frank, there's an omniverse, and there's so much characters, and all the characters are different, and even they look different. There's times I look at some of Joji's character, or Filthy Frank's characters, and each one of them, like, I'm shocked it's the same person. And then I look over Joji, and Joji's a completely different person who looks completely different. So, I don't know. Yes, I figured I would get flagged. Curse you, YouTube. I have a kid. Plus, it's a good excuse. Having kids is a good excuse to go through your second childhood. And your third, and your fourth. Hence the Legos. Let's see. Let's see. Well, the Emoji Movie is what, 3 or 4 years old? So it's probably not old enough not to get flagged. Oh, okay. Oh, really old movies? Then yeah, the Emoji Movie is definitely not old enough. You know you want to build some. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. And if you don't want that, I got tea. Oh, don't. Okay. I went through childbirth, and I think. Hold on a second, I'm gonna find it. There's a specific one that my son always leaves out. Is that one it? Okay, there's a couple that he leaves out. And I'm pretty sure it's slightly intentional, because I made the weirdest face when I stepped on it the first time. Okay. I think I found 2 examples. The first time I ever stepped on a Lego, it was one of these. I don't know if you can see it. But it was sitting strategically with this point. Somehow my son got it strategically to sit off the ground like this. So this pointy end was sticking straight up in the carpet or the rug. I'm minding my own business, having a good day, when all of a sudden my foot goes. Now this, if you could feel it, is sharp. My foot goes and stops, dead, hovering over this point, stuck in my foot. And you hear, and I start to do the rock, and standing up rocking. My mother thinks I'm having a seizure. She's like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. My son, I believe, knows that I have stepped on this little sucker, because he's going and hiding under the blanket. It was so bad that this little point stuck into my foot, and when I pulled it up with the carpet, it was still stuck into my foot. When this happened, it took me 10 minutes to compose myself, because a string of things wanted to pop out of my mouth that I should not say. So I just do the When I finally composed myself, my mother, who thinks that she needs to call 911 because either A, I've had a mental breakdown or I'm having a seizure, I pull this out of my foot and go at my mother, who then in turn looks at my son and goes, and he comes over and grabs his little Lego thing and goes, and trots out of the room. I sit on the couch, my whole life flashed before me. I died 12 times, landed on the couch, and literally wanted to die. That was by far the worse than giving birth. The second time, I call this the machine gun. I don't know if you can see, but it has lots of little points in a little machine gun pattern, and it rotates. My son dropped this in my shoe, and it got wedged up where the toes go, kind of like at a little cutty corner. I jam my foot in because I'm going to work, I'm late. I jam my foot in and my toes go. My whole life flashed before my eyes and I died 12 more times. If I was a cat, I think I've used all 9 of my lives on Legos. If you think that's bad, try having a daughter. They have these little high heel, what I call hooker high heels for their dolls that have points on them. And my one daughter strips all of her dolls and leaves it on the floor. And I stepped in one of those. I literally have scars on the bottom of my feet from Legos and hooker heels from those dolls. My life's flashed before my eyes. Oh, it's okay. They're not that bad. Well, here, go throw Legos on the ground and tell them to start walking. Anyway, that's a good punishment. Yeah, joking. Go on. Okay. Let's see. I missed the chat. Sorry. I just kind of got lost in my Lego story. But I don't think you're a real parent unless you stepped on one of those as well. Where'd you lose your hair tie at? Did the Lego take it? It turned Russian. Yeah. Oh my gosh, yes. Okay. I'll tell you I'm klutzy. I'm not gonna lie. I spent years making fun of my mom. She could trip over her own feet and break her leg, and I would make fun of her for all the boo-boos that she got. Okay, since I started my job, it's fast-paced. You gotta hurry, go. And just going and trying to get this stuff done, and there's sharp corners. And whereas somebody had thrown some stuff underneath this cabinet. And I look down and I'm seeing, I'm like, I know if I don't clean this up, I'm going to get yelled at later. So I go to stick my head underneath it and go boom as I come up. I don't know how on God's green earth I did that, but I dove under to get it. And as I was coming up, I guess I lost my balance and boom, I literally just hit the ground. I'm on the ground there, and I think I lost consciousness over that one for a while. And so now I tell them, I'm like, I've got little monkey toes that I can take my shoe off and pick things up. So from now on, anything shoved underneath cabinets, my toes get. I am not diving under there. And all of the tables and cabinets we have sharp corners on them. Like, I'm not joking. And every time I get caught up in working, I bump my hip in it, my elbow, my arm, I think I've gotten my lower back. I come home one day and I had bruises, and my mom was like, you know, it's bad when your mom's like, hey, did you run into your ex? And I'm like, ooh, I wouldn't want to do the knocking the snow globe down. Oh, the jacks, the ball and jacks. Oh my gosh, I had some of those when I was a kid. And I made the biggest mistake in my life. I was playing with the little jacks. I don't know if you guys can remember, the jacks used to be made out of metal, and they would have points. and you would throw them down with the ball and everything. And I talked my mom and dad to get me some. I was like so excited, and I tossed them on the floor. I was playing with them, and I got up to go to the bathroom and come back. But my dad had super sensitive feet, and he didn't see them because I was playing in carpet. He stepped on like 3 of them. I hear my dad, who, you know, my parents did a really great job of not cussing in front of me. I hear my dad, son, and I'm like, oh, he stepped on them. I'm literally just sinking further into the toilet because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna die. And I just hear him just screaming, hooting, and hollering. My mom's coming, oh my God, everybody's freaking out. Luckily, he pushed him really far into the carpet. He never found what stabbed him. He just assumed the carpet needed to go. And I never told him different. I went back after he left and dug him out of the carpet. Poor mom vacuumed and tore up a vacuum cleaner. But I would have died 100 deaths if he would have found out that it was my fault, that he had blood coming out of his foot. Oh, the slap. Oh my gosh, you guys are, I don't know if you guys did it, like back when we went to school, they would sell like school spirit slap bracelets. That's the big thing when we were kids, and we'd beg our parents, oh, we're gonna have a pep rally on Friday. I want to buy some snap bracelets and those little stickers that go on your face, and I want to buy a pom pom. So I would be like, the first thing I wanted a snap bracelet because all my friends had snap bracelets, and I don't know why again we did this, but we thought it was hilarious to slap each other and see if it would bend. Like, how hard can I slap you and it will bend? So yeah. That brings back memories, just sitting at pep rally and looking over a guy and slapping his ear, and he'd be like, oh, and hitting the ground. And one girl slapped another girl in the head and got caught in her hair, and she was screaming. It was dangerous toys back when we were kids. It's actually kind of scary. What were these adults thinking when they made this crap? Ugh. Do not choke, Midnight. Do not choke. Let's see. I hope you're by yourself while you're squeak laughing. Let's see. Parents become Russian after they step on stuff, especially if they're trying not to cuss. Yard darts. Oh my gosh, I'm glad we don't have none of that in our house, because with my kids I could just see darts. I honestly wasn't trying to aim for him. We actually did have a dart game, and me and my cousin got into a fight while playing darts because he cheated. I know he cheated. If you're watching, I know you cheated. And I got mad and threw a dart, and he's like, and I didn't know he was going to step in front of the board, and I threw the dart and hit him in the back of the head, and it stuck. And I was like, and he's crying, he's on the ground because he doesn't realize that there's a dart in the back of his head. He's just like, I have shooting pain in my brain, I'm having it, I have a tumor or a blood clot, and he's laying on the ground, and I'm like, just hold still, let me rub it. And I'm like, pulling the dart out, rubbing his head, and I'm like, and what's bad is my other cousin seen it, was like, and told on me. Remember, snitches get stitches. Let's see. Your sister's asleep. You walk over there and be like, are you asleep? Oh my gosh, macabre, yeah, that's about how it is. I need a shot of vodka and a gun, stat! I'm not gonna shoot the kid, but I'm gonna shoot that Lego. Come here, Legos. Oh, could you imagine a cherry bomb? I wouldn't do that to my son because he loves his Legos. But I guess on one thing, If I ever get... Where'd the wheel go? There's the tire part. Where'd the wheel go? I hope my son didn't eat it. Because there, see, it's supposed to look like that. But it looks like this. Why does kids' toys also stink? It smells like burnt plastic and death. I'm serious. Sometimes kids' toys smell like death. I think they know that parents are going to die from this. So it smells like parents' weakness and death, depression and pain. And a slight touch of antiseptic ointment. Growing up, a lot of things happened. Like the first time I smoked, I burnt a field down. My cousin thought it was hilarious. Me and my cousin got in a lot of trouble growing up. I don't know why in the world they let us together. My cousin snatched cigarettes from his mom, my aunt, and they were all, you know, joking and laughing and cutting up. It was like a cookout barbecue or whatever, and we had like the I don't know, it's like they had corn, but it was like dead. I don't know what it was. Like, I don't know what they did. It's like they left it there to, you know, scare kids with. And we all snuck out into the corn and we were trying to smoke for the first time. And I knew how my parents felt about it. Even though my parents smoked when I was a kid, I knew that they didn't want me to smoke. And I wanted to try it. So we're out there. And it's me and my cousin and his sister and my other cousin, my older cousin, is out, you know, messing around with his car or whatever. So we're out in the field and we're lighting up, and we're smoking, we're like, and I'm like, oh, this is so terrible. And we're laughing, you know, having a good time. And then I hear my mother yell my name, Lily! And I'm like, and I'm the panicker of the group, of course. I am the panicker. I go, and I'm like, and toss it. Didn't think nothing about this, you know, because you're supposed to toss it and step on it so it doesn't keep, you know, burning. So we come running out. We're at the house trying to hide that we're on it. My older cousin is out in the garage laughing hysterically because he knows what we've done, except for what's coming. And he's trying to, like, you know, telling us to roll around in the grass so we'd smell like grass. So we have like grass stains and grass in our hair, and we come in for Kool-Aid, and my mom's like, I'm also the one that can't lie. Like, you can look at me and I'll confess to my whole life. And she's like looking at me. And I'm like sweating. I'm like, stop staring at me. And I'm trying to hide behind my cousin. And he's trying to hide me too because he knows I'm going to give this crap away. And all of a sudden you hear this, oh my God. And everybody comes running out and the field is on fire. I mean, poof. I mean, like, raging balls of flames. And I'm like, did I do that? And my cousin's like, ah. My older cousin's like, you should tell. And I'm like, no. Half the field got burnt down. Next, you know, the fire department's out. They're asking adults what happened, what the kids were doing. I didn't confess to it. I hid because I'm pretty sure my face would have gave it away. Did you do it? Mm-mm. And it would do what? What do you mean? I didn't do anything. I didn't smoke a cigarette. I don't know what you're talking about. So I hid, and they hid me, and my cousins hid me because they knew I would tell. Not intentionally, my face would. So I can't lie. So when, like, for example, being mad, are you mad? No, I'm not mad at all. You sure? Yes. Okay. Are you sad? No, I'm not sad. Have you been crying? Nope. Nope. So my face gives it away. That's why a lot of times I try to hide. And so if you call me and I don't answer and I text you, it's probably because I'm hiding. Because I'm going to give it away. So I burnt the field down. Did I learn my lesson? No. It was a couple of years later I did the freaking same thing. So, ciao. Wait, hold up. I'm sorry, I just read the chat. Okay, the next time we are together midnight, you need to tell me this story because I don't know why. I get I've got a mental picture of her doing this stuck in my brain now of you. Y'all are killing me tonight. You're killing me. You're killing me. Got to sweat for got to fan for a couple minutes. That one got me because I have got that. Okay, because I, for some reason, when you said that's the for some reason, when you said that you tried to go through the cat door, I pictured her now trying to climb through a cat door, and I was just like, "Yep, she's definitely my niece." Yep, because that's probably something I probably would have done, growing up, once or twice. Sorry, I'm so. Oh, God help me. I've just lost my total train of thought now. I don't know what I was going to say. You're behave. I don't know. Growing up, me and my cousins got in a lot of shenanigans that we should never have done. But it's fun looking back now. Like, trying to tell my parents the first time I raced another car was fun as well. Man, my face is kind of oily. You tattled? Oh, we talked about tattling today, midnight. Oh, no, you didn't. You tattled. I don't know. I tattled with my face all the time. Did Connor do that? No. He didn't. You sure? Lily. Yep, that's my name. Did Connor do that? What? You have to be a little more specific. Did what? And Connor staying behind my aunt going, and I'm like, and then I stopped making eye contact. That's like the first sign that I'm lying. What was the question? And then they get all deep and personal. Lily, and you're like, did he do it? And then it turns into what? Hypothetically, I don't know. Everybody always knew to ask me growing up, who did what, when, and where, Lily? And I was like, why is everybody looking at me? I suddenly got hot in here. Holy crap. I should have faked passing out. I should just be like, oh, and just flopped on the floor and everybody would be like, oh my gosh. But I never thought that far back. And that would have worked out really good. Oh, God. Anyway, I'm just going to sit here for a second and fan. Oh, my leg hurts. I need to get a desk. course, summer's coming up. I'll start live streaming again outside so I can sit outside because I've got a table and chair. I can sit outside and just... But right now I can't because it's either raining or it's cold. Of course, when summer gets here, Kevin and Karen should be fun. I've got so many stories about Kevin. Anyway, I shall be good. Oh, my cousin Connor got me to eat cigarette butts one time. I don't know why I believed him. I don't know why I believed anything he ever said to me. But we're sitting there and he's like, hey, you know the best way to smoke a cigarette? And I was like, And I'm kind of, I was really gullible back then. I'm better now than I was. And I was like, how? Because I can't seem to smoke. I burn everything down. So let's, how? And he's like, well, you know how like you always burn stuff? And I'm like, yes, I do. And he said, well, you do know that you can stop smoking. You just take the little butts in the ashtray and chew them. I'm like, so that's like smoking? He's like, well, yeah, minus the lighting up. And I was like, oh. Now we must have been 7. I mean, we weren't really 6 or 7. And the first time yeah. Anyway. And he looks over. No, I must have been about 9 or 10. You know, somewhere in there. And I for some reason thought that was hilarious. Well, not hilarious, but totally normal. I mean, you totally see people walking around eating cigarette butts. And what's even worse is it turns into Mission Impossible. We're slinking around all over the floor. You see my head pop up behind the chair, and I'm like, and stick my head in the ashtray and run off. Now, meanwhile, my older cousin is watching this, lets it go on, thought it was freaking hilarious. I'm glad back then they didn't have camera phones, because, yeah. Anyway, and I stick 3 or 4 of them in my mouth, and I'm like, and next thing you know, I'm dying. I'm like, Mom, can you show me to eat it? And my mom, of course, the famous last things parents has to say is, well, if your friends jumped off the Brooklyn Bridge, would you do it too? And I'm like, Mom, I'm dying. I don't need this right now. Don't you smart off to me. I'm dying. So she paid me back for it. So, and I paid him back later too. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm having a fan right now because oh my gosh. Getting stuck in the tree? Gosh, I hope not. I get to see that now because we have a bunch of trees where we live. And I could just see being like, hey, have you seen my kid? Come think of it, it's really quiet. That can't be good. And all of a sudden be out in there. Child, where are you? Insert name. Child, where are you? And all of a sudden, Mommy? Oh my God, where are you? I'm in the tree. Of course, I can't really judge my kids that got stuck in a tree because I got stuck in a tree last year doing a TikTok. Yeah, like no joke. No telling what my neighbors think. My shenanigans for TikToks. No telling what my neighbors think. I don't know why. It seemed like a good idea at the time. I climbed up into one of the fruit trees and got stuck. Like, no joke. I got stuck. I'm like half in it, half dangling out of it. And I'm just kind of propped up and I'm like, why don't we just shoot a TikTok? And I'm literally in the tree. Tree smacks me in the face. I ate part of the tree. Don't judge me. It was for TikTok. Or at least that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Yeah, there's no sneaking around where I live. All of my neighbors know what everybody's doing. My kids always know what I'm doing. Them kids, talk about FBI agents. They all need to grow up to be FBI agents. They can smell fear, misery, and if you've ate something. No joke, like the other day, okay, where I work, there's like a hubbub of things to eat. And we got a Chick-fil-A. And I used to eat Chick-fil-A when I was younger, but you would have to go to the mall to eat Chick-fil-A. So now we have one here, and it's literally right there where my job is. So I get off work, and I'm like, it just opened. I'm going to sit in the drive-thru and get me something from Chick-fil-A. I don't know what. I'm going to get something. So I'm sitting in the drive-thru, and I'm like, I already ordered and was fixing to go pay, and I was like, oh man, I didn't order anybody else in the house anything. I'll just eat on the way home. So I'm eating my chicken and fries and drinking my lemonade, and I'm enjoying myself driving home. I get home, and I disposed of the evidence. I get home, and I'm not joking, my son walks up and goes, and I'm like, why are you sniffing me? I know I just got off work. I know I don't smell good. He's like, and again, my face is going to give it away. And I'm like, son, why are you sniffing me? And he goes, I smell food. And I'm like, I was at work. He's like, I smell chicken nuggets. And I'm like, he's like, and lemonade. And I'm like, you got a good nose for a kid that can't smell anything else. And French fries. And he alerts the whole household with some type of sound that disturbs the whole house. And people come out of the woodwork. I mean, people are popping out of the wall. She ate something. And everybody's like in my face going. And my mom's staying behind me going, what'd you eat? And I'm like, I got tipped at work and I bought myself something to eat. Leave me alone. Guys are horrible. And Popeyes, yeah, Popeyes literally is right there in the corner. I don't like that Popeyes. I've had Popeyes before, liked Popeyes, but the Popeyes in right where I work stink. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was an off day or whatever, but I walk in and they're rude. What do you want? Holy heck, I just want a bucket of chicken and biscuits. Okay, sorry. And then you're standing there and I'm waiting for my food. I'm not hovering. I'm just standing there. What can I help you with? Please let me just get my chicken and go. Love that chicken from Popeyes, my butt. Also got a Burger King, a Popeyes, Applebee's, a Cracker Barrel, a Santa Fe, and a Sushi Steakhouse is coming. I would rather had Olive Garden, but we got Sushi Steakhouse. Eva, why do you have a question mark? I mean, I know I'm kind of weird, but you don't have to question it. I mean, don't question my weirdness. Don't judge me. I don't know. I'm getting kind of crazy. How long have we been live streaming? I don't know. I can't tell. Does that say 98 likes? There's no way. Hold on. Yeah. Oh, that's not what this says. Okay. I was like, what? Oh, it was saying something else. I'm not used to it. The live stream now tells you how many people have liked it, how many people are watching on my side, and how much money has been donated. I think so. I guess what it says. But it says like $1.98. I thought it said let's say 198 likes. And I was like, what? No, I'm not that great. I've been streaming 2 hours. I totally didn't mean to stream for that long. Sorry. When have I been sneaky? What am I sneaking? What am I sneaky about? I'm not good at being sneaky. I kind of stink at it. What have I been sneaky about? Message me and tell me. Tell me, says an Invader Zim voice. I don't know, guys. You want me to keep going? Are you guys okay with the live stream? Do you want me to stop? Be a little more normal? Be a little more crazy? I'm trying to get Midnight to choke on her oatmeal cream pie. I just realized I also got to work tomorrow. Does my hair look that flat? Ooh, I think it's from sweating. Eh. Oh, yes, I'm sneaky. I'm very sneaky. But unfortunately, my kid's level of secret agent is higher than my sneak level. So, like, if we were playing Elder Scrolls, their, what would it be? Let's see. It would be sneak would be mine. What would theirs be? Not mysticism. Maybe intelligence. Their intelligence is higher than my sneak level. So I gotta work on that. I guess I need to do what they do in, what's it? It's Elder Scrolls Oblivion, where you can, like, take the joystick and tape it down and just be, like, crouched over and in the corner and doing this with the joystick, and you'll get the sneak level up to 100. I guess I need to do that. I need to get my sneak level up to beat their intelligent level. I don't want to go to sleep. Can't make me go to sleep. I heard somebody yell, go to sleep. I was like, oh, you're not talking to me. Yeah, it is Oblivion. Oh, guys, I don't know. I'm having a good time. I don't really want to end the live stream, but I'm also tired. I got to work tomorrow. Dilemma. We have a dilemma. I don't know why I keep holding this other than it's great for a fan, because I'm kind of hot. Our house is kind of hot today. Or maybe it's just me. I started drinking something earlier today. It's a metabolism energy booster. And for some reason, ever since I've been sweating. Maybe I need to cut back on it. No more energy drinks for Lily. She's having some problems over here. I'm going to need to drink some go-go juice. Go 1 more hour. Insert Ave Marie. I don't think another hour. Don't you guys ever get bored of me? I'm not that great, you know. If we go another hour, you're going to watch me build Legos for an hour. You don't want to see that. It's not pretty. What is that? It looks dangerous, like something I would step on and kill my child over. I'm serious, Legos have gotten more high-tech than when I was a kid, I guess. And a lot of little pieces. Helicopter landing area. Danger. Okay. Just gonna stop playing with this. My weirdness knows no bounds. Oh. I like being the favorite aunt. Or one of the favorite aunts. You're gonna make me cry. Quit. I like being the fun. I'm definitely the craziest aunt you have, probably. Yep. I'm the weirdest. Could be worse. I refused. I don't know. I was telling my kids the other day. One of them was like, "How are you so cool?" And I'm like, "I'm really not cool. I just try to be fun, because I just don't want to be like." You ever notice, like, when you go to, like, well, if you're a parent, you notice this. You go to, like, a school, like something. Go to the school for your kids back before Corona hit, and you would sit around and see all the parents, and they all look the same. They all look like they don't have fun. Like, now that I have children, I am not allowed to have any fun. They sit there very serious. And if they do break out of their serious mode, it's usually because they are talking about another parent and making fun of them. And not in a good way. And I'm over here with the kids, like, okay, guys, like getting them in a huddle and having fun. And I don't know, I just like that. I just refuse to age. Ooh, I got carded. Was it today? No, it was yesterday when I was off. I got carded in the store. I was happy. I got carded. You know, back when you're younger and you get carded, you're just like, dang it, I want to be older. Now you get carded, you're like, booyah, I got carded. This woman does not believe I am old. Yeah. And my mom is like embarrassed. Because I forgot, I was buying like, something, I don't know, but I got carded. Like I had to be like, 21. And I'm sitting there and she's like, I need to see identification. And I'm like, lady, look at me. I look old, okay? Yeah, you don't need it. And she's like, you don't look old. Let me see your identity. And she just goes into this tirade telling me, oh, you younger kids acting like you're old and all that stuff. And my mom's over there. And I look at the woman, I'm like, wait, you legitimately don't think that I'm 21? Yeah, I'm just over there excited and I'm like freaking out. And my mom's like, I'm like, and then we get in the car and she's waiting for it. I'm like, Mommy. And she's like, stop it. And I'm like, and don't care how old you get, you can never sass your mom. Oh, boy, what was the other night? I was cooking dinner and I did something. Boy, I thought that woman's face was going to melt off. I was like, let's see. My hair is like tickling me and I'm like over here looking like I got problems. I was going to say something. I know I forgot what I was going to say. I don't know. I don't know what I was going to say, guys. I'm running out of pep. My pep is done, got up and pepped off. Oh. I think it's about time to call it a night. Because I'm tired. It is time for me to go night-night. Unless you just want me to keep live streaming and you guys keep chatting, I'll just curl up over here in a ball and snore on the live stream. I love you guys. You're so great. Lily, wake up. But I will try my very best, which I want you guys, okay, you guys know how you can get a hold of me on Instagram, Twitter, and of course TikTok. And of course my email address is the same, lilycnation@gmail.com. Guys, send me some stuff that you want me to read on Mondays. 2-sentence short story. Just make sure that maybe it's not over, somebody messaged me, sorry. Make sure it's not over like 10 minutes because, you know, doing a live reading, it's kind of harder. But message, like, if you have a story that you want somebody to read, I can do it. So send me ideas, send me links. I don't know, send me ideas, send me like, hey, I want to hear a story about this. Maybe I'll write something. You never know with me. You never know. I could do it all. But at this point, I think I'm going to start jibber-jabbering. So, what I'm going to do, it's 10:07 here. Really? I will have to read. I am interested. But I'm going to head and tell you guys that you can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on TikTok. I really wish you guys would follow me on TikTok. Because I'm pretty funny. Sometimes a little crazy, a little goofy. Sometimes a little sad, kind of stretching out there. And I'm going to try to start putting 2-sentence horror stories uploaded every day, if I can, on there to add more content and more horror with it. But I shall say it. I say it in every video. And as always, I love you. And I'll see you in the next video. Love you guys. Stay safe. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you Monday if, fingers crossed, if nothing happens. Bye.